Hi there and welcome to another Singing Teacher Reacts episode. My name is Peter Vox and I am the director and principal teacher of Vox Singing Academy, which was established in 1993 here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. If we could help you or someone that you know with their singing, we'd be absolutely honoured. We have 7 studios here. We also give online singing lessons worldwide 7 days a week. I have male and female teachers working at Vox Singing Academy. If face-to-face singing lessons aren't your thing, we also offer the ultimate online singing course. Check out the links below for more info. If you like this channel, give it a like, thumbs up, click like and subscribe. If you want me to react to a video, please put the link in the comments below, or just please drop by and say hello. I'm building up a great community here worldwide, which has been absolutely fantastic. We're not just a reaction channel though, we also do offer Ask VSA, where we answer all your questions regarding singing. We have podcasts, vlogs, we also have interviews, so there's lots of other content on this particular channel here. Without any further ado, let's get stuck into the next reaction video. Now I'm going to be reacting to Jon Bon Jovi, Bad Medicine, live in Greenville in April the 11th. Now, I'm reacting to this video because a lot of people have been inboxing me saying, hey, can you tell me what's going on with Jon Bon Jovi's voice? The tour's just started in America. What's going on? He doesn't seem to be great at all. Now, someone sent me a, Jimmy Van Zeno sent me a video of Wanted Dead or Alive. Look, and it wasn't great. And look, quite a lot of people have been messaging me regarding this and what's going on. So I like to keep things to the positive on these reaction videos and take the positives out. But because so many people have been DMing me and messaging me about Bon Jovi's latest tour, I'm going to do a reaction video to it and I'll give you my honest opinion about it. Now, before we start, Jon Bon Jovi is a legend of rock and hard rock. During the 80s and the 90s, you know, their back catalogue is amazing. They got some just amazing songs and some absolutely fantastic albums. You know, the Slippery When Wet album is a fantastic album. The New Jersey album is an absolute cracker. The These Days album, there's not a bad song on the These Days album. It's really fantastic. So he's written some fantastic songs. He obviously had a fantastic voice. Now, Jon Bon Jovi is only 60 years old. So he's not really that old. You know, his voice should still be great. I watched just only a couple of nights ago the full 2-hour show of the Rolling Stones live in Coachella, and that was 2019. So I'd be saying that Mick was probably, I think, 75 or 76 around that time, because I think he's 78 or 79 now. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with Jon's voice. I haven't watched this video because a lot of the videos come up and go and they're pulled down, but it's live and I'm going to see what it's like and I'll give you my reaction. Now, with Jon Bon Jovi and Jon Bon Jovi's technique on the albums, let's talk the albums first and foremost. He wrote some songs in very high keys, and for instance, just trying to think of that big song. You Give Love a Bad Name. Not You Give Love a Bad. I'm trying to think of another one. Johnny used to work on a dime. Right there. Oh. Living on a Prayer. Sorry, Living on a Prayer. You know, the key change in Living on a Prayer, when the key change happens at the end of the song, those notes are so high and he's just basically yelling and screaming those notes to sing that. So, you know, it's just amazing. You know, and maybe things have caught up with Jon. I did notice in the New Jersey album, it was kind of similar. He was very belty, but using more of a feminine crying technique on that album than what he did on the Slippery When Wet album. Though, when he did go to the These Days album, it was very, very much more of a crying technique. So he was really using a crying technique a lot through that album. And it makes it easier on the voice to sing like that. But he has had, and even I've seen Bon Jovi around the 90s on the These Days tour. And look, his technique was good, but not great. But he was still singing very, very good at that particular time. So that's just a little bit of a back history. I do know the Bon Jovi repertoire quite well, particularly the 80s and 90s catalogue. Let's get stuck into it. Jon Bon Jovi, Bad Medicine, April 2022.
Doctor in the house.
All right, let's just go over with that first verse there. Yeah, look, it was flat pretty much all the way through. He was nearly sort of doing it in a speaking voice. It was like he had lost the melody of it. You can even hear it that the backing singers were singing, your love is like bad medicine. And he was singing, your love is like bad medicine. His phrasing wasn't melodic, where he needed to be singing, your love is like bad medicine. So he needed to sing it flowing. He was singing it very choppy. He was flat. He was singing underneath the notes. And he looked very rigid and tight. I'd love him to use his diaphragm. He looked like he was like this. Everything was tight. So I'd like him to relax and just use, your love is like bad medicine, and just use his diaphragm. I'm tapping my diaphragm here. His mouth is very tight as well too. So that's maybe why it was choppy. But again, relaxing all this area here, and just using the diaphragm, and that would help him out. But the main thing is he's got to sing in key. He didn't sing a great deal. He's letting the backing singers do a lot of the work there. But he was flat through that whole verse. He sung underneath the notes the whole way. He wasn't singing in key then. Let's keep it going.
Come on, all I need is say it. I got the feeling, got another disease. Take more than a doctor, have a remedy. Tired of money, use what I need for. Take more than a shot, again, pour on me. Got the symptom, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So yeah, look, again, the same thing with the verses. When John was by himself, he was all at sea. It's like, yeah. So the number one point, he's flat. He's underneath the notes. He's phrasing, the way he's phrasing is very staccato. He's not making the phrasing flow when he's singing the verses. And he's struggling to see. It's nearly in a spoken word that he's doing it. He's flat. He's underneath the notes, and that's really the big thing that he's doing here. When the chorus kicked in, he had obviously all of the backing vocalists, the guitarist, the keyboardist, and anyone else that's doing backing vocals in the band. I can't see it so far. Come in and they save him. It really lifts the chorus up. So the chorus sounds fantastic because of the backing vocalists. Jon was sitting down doing the sort of like nearly the lower melody or the lower harmony. And again, just kind of nearly sort of monotonously speaking his way through the chorus, but you can't really hear him. So you can really hear the backing vocalists, particularly the guitarist, I think, which really came and salvaged the chorus there. Let's go through the rest of it. Okay. Okay, so, look, I really, my heart goes out to Jon Bon Jovi. I really do feel for him. He's vocally, he's not what he used to be. You know, possibly he could be sick. He could have some vocal related damage. I know that I was reading about the lead singer from an 80s and 90s rock band called Cinderella, and he had a vocal disorder that he couldn't get to the bottom of, and it was like vocal paralysis on the chords. And it was very interesting reading about his course of action and how he went to numerous ENTs to try to get to the bottom of it. An ENT is an ear, nose and throat specialist. And I finally found someone that diagnosed what was going wrong, and now he's back to his normal self. But look, I really do feel for Jon Bon Jovi here. He's not what he used to be. This song is very much tuned down. I'm going to be saying that the song is probably tuned down nearly a step and a half or 2 steps. It's quite low compared to the original key, but I don't quote me with that. But I'm going to be saying it's probably a full step and a half down or 2 steps. Jon has obviously got, you know, his voice isn't there. It's he's singing a little bit pitchy. And, you know, there's no worse scenario than to be out at sea like this and to not have much of a voice. He's really lucky that he's got a fantastic band behind him, a fantastic group of musicians that are really helping him out, particularly in the chorus. But, you know, it'd be very interesting to hear just the isolated vocal of this, of just Jon just singing. And I'm sure maybe in the future some recordings of this will come out, and if anyone has any, please let me know, like live from the desk. It'd be interesting to hear just what Jon's sounding like, just isolated. Look, my heart goes out to him. He's you know, the verse after the guitar solo, he just completely sung it all out of key. He didn't sing any of the notes in key at all. So my diagnosis on it, something's is wrong with Jon's voice. I'm going to be presuming maybe some vocal related damage. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's got some sort of vocal paralysis. The last one is possibly he's lost his hearing and he can't hear himself. But something's going on. It's not great. If Jon came to me for singing lessons, I would definitely work on, because he was just singing just like in a spoken word, nearly in one sort of note or key all the way through and not going up and down his range. So I'll get his range moving, doing some jumping scales. I will definitely try to extend the high range so he can get some of the higher range and using a crying technique. So I'll be doing some jumping scales, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 8, 1, to get him some vocal gymnastics happening. Give him a crying scale. Whoa, whoa, your love is like. So we want that in the voice so we can get him going back and doing those things. Definitely getting his diaphragm working as he's pushing down like this to try to get notes. Relaxing all this area here, getting it onto an A, E, I, O, U scale. You can only sing 5 vowels. A, C, heart, soul, U. It's to get his mouth working a little bit better. It's a little bit slurry at times, particularly in that, as I said, that verse after the guitar solo. I didn't understand anything he said. It was completely off key. That's what I would be doing with Jon. I'd be going back to just the basics, get the real basic foundations down. Yeah, look, I feel for Jon, and you know, I hope that he can rectify it and get back to what he normally is. And you know, if this does some way get back to Jon Bon Jovi in some way, I would love to help him out, because I definitely think with some some Zoom or some Skype classes in a very short period of time, I could help Jon out. As long as he put the work in, the homework in, and did what I told him to do, I don't think there'll be any, wouldn't be any problem getting him back to singing very, very well again. Because I don't want to see someone that's a legend of the music industry. He's inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm 100% sure he has been. To be like this, to where he is, where people, would, maybe call for his retirement. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I try to be as diplomatic as I possibly could, and I'm very empathetic. I feel for Jon. I really do. My heart goes out to him, and I wish him all the best and positivity and good things come to him so that he can get back to where he deserves to be, because he's a legend. His back catalogue's amazing. Anyway, without any further ado, I'll wrap this video up here. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like it, click like and subscribe. If you have any comments, put them in the comments below. If you think that I've missed something, please let me know. And I really look forward to interacting with all of you. Again, if we could help you or someone that you know with their singing, possibly Jon Bon Jovi, please check out the links below for more info. Online singing lessons worldwide, 7 days a week. In-studio lessons at our Melbourne studio, male and female teachers here. If face-to-face singing lessons aren't your thing, we also do offer the ultimate online singing course. But most importantly, live each day as if it's your last. Be good to everyone, and peace and much love until the next reaction video. Bye-bye.